to Shamrock Rovers Fan TV, and today I have my match preview for Shamrock Rovers against Cork City at Turner's Cross in the SSE Electricity League. Now, we played Cork very recently in the FAI Cup, and Rovers won 2-1. It was a good game for both teams. Cork haven't had a good season, but I think they played well against us. They did play us in the league, very close. It was the first game at Tallaght Stadium of the season, and it wasn't a good day for Cork. They lost 6-0, which was it was a big blow for them, but they haven't had a good season, so you wouldn't call it devastating, because if it was, they wouldn't be happy at the moment, and they shouldn't be happy. They've done very poorly, as well as they did last year, coming 8th. Now, I think they could survive, and I think they will. I think they could get 9th. I did a League of Ireland predictions video. Go check that out. Probably got quite a few bits wrong, and I think now, looking back on it, I've got quite a bit wrong. And Cork was one that was very tough to predict because of the players they brought in. They brought in some great players, but it hasn't worked out It hasn't worked out at all, and that's what happens when you bring in a lot of players. They don't gel, and I think there are some very good players. If they all played to their standard, they'd do super, in my opinion. Rovers sit 5 points ahead of Bows in the league, which we're having a good season. We're coming off the back of a great Dublin Derby win. It wasn't pretty, but it was a win, and a win is a win, especially in a Dublin Derby. Our next game is home to AC Milan in the Europa League qualifying second round, which that's going to be a massive, massive game. But the problem is with that, we don't want any injuries because we're looking at the league, but I think we have to put in our all to that game, even though we're probably not going to win. We're going to put in our best, though, and we're going to show AC Milan that we're not a team that are going to go down easily. Now, my starting 11 that I'd play for the game: in goal, Alan Manis. He has to start. He'll be in a 5-4-1 formation. He has to start. There's no way he can't be playing games. What a goalkeeper. I think best in the league and best in a long time. Him and Gavin Bazunu were both super, but I think he'd probably have the edge, just his experience, and he's very commanding. Gavin was brilliant at Rovers, but we had a phase where we didn't have great goalkeepers. Horgan was okay, and Chinchinski, but I think they weren't Rovers winning the league quality. A left wing back, Danny Lafferty, who's on the form of his life. He's doing absolutely super with the goal in the Dublin Derby and 2 goals against Cork the last time we played them, which was in our game before our last game, which we played well in that game, but Cork did also do very well. I think Danny Lafferty was super. He's not the fastest player, but I think he did great runs in that game, so I think he needs to start this game. Our right wing back, Ronan Finn, he has to start. There's no way that you can have a Rovers team without Ronan Finn, the engine to our team. Maybe in a cup game, maybe in the first round or the second round, but when it gets serious, he needs to start. He's an absolute leader on the pitch and an absolute legend in the League of Ireland. The first centre-back, Joey O'Brien, I think he needs to start. I was very surprised he didn't play against Bows. It could have been because Scalesy did do very well against Cork, but I think he should have started. Scalesy had a great game against Cork and Bows, but I think Joey O'Brien, if you're looking at the Bows game, I think he deserved to start, and he didn't, and Scalesy did very well, but I think he'll start this game. And beside him, Lee Grace, he has to start. He didn't have a good game didn't have a great game against St. Pat's and Shells, which I don't think we played as well. St. Pat's we played alright, but I think against Shells he didn't have a good game. But I think he'll improve, and he is improving, you can see that. And beside him, to finish the defence, Roberto Lopez, he has to start. Like, he's super to our team. He's a golden key to our team, so he needs to start. Now, as the left mid, Graham Burke, I think he needs to start. I could see him coming off around 70 minutes for some fresh legs, maybe Neil Ferrugia, because I think Ferrugia would do a lot better up higher. But Graham Burke's a great player. It's just he loses energy quite a lot because he runs so much, and I think his pace could be a lot better. But the way he runs so much is great. It's just, since he doesn't have that pace, he gets tired quite a lot. And as the right mid, Jack Byrne, I think he needs to start. He's a great player. Lots of people have been saying he's overrated, lots of non-Rovers fans, and they're saying you can't really notice him in games. You can notice a lot of players in our team because of the way we play. Like, if you're not banging in goals, you don't get noticed in Rovers, because we like to play the ball quick instead of a player having a bit of time on the ball. That's a lot of the time why you don't notice them. But I think he's a super player, and he's definitely not overrated. The first centre mid, I think Gary O'Neill has to play. There's not a chance I don't think he'll play. Aaron Bulger, he's getting with the B team, and if he's doing well, I think he needs a chance maybe on the bench, and he could definitely come on. I think he should come on very soon if we're hammering a team for the last 10 minutes just to ease him in. We've eased him in with the B team, and I think we need to ease him in now with the A team because we won't have him for too long. And beside him, Aaron McAneff, you all knew I was going to say him. You can't have a Shamrock Rovers team without Aaron McAneff when he's fit. I think he'll be up for midfielder of the year and probably player of the year this year. He's had an outstanding year. And up front, Aaron Green, I think he could have had a completely better game against Bows, and I don't think he did great. But I don't think Dean Williams is ready to start playing league games. I think I want to see a goal from him in the B team, and if he gets a few, I think he has to kind of start because Aaron Green isn't getting goals. And if Dean Williams is, he needs to be starting. And Aaron Green needs to pick up on his goals. Definitely not his running. His running is absolutely superb, but definitely his goals. Now, time for my prediction. Now, I think it will be 2-0 Rovers. I think Graham Burke will get a goal, and I think Lee Grace will get a goal. I think it will be a good performance from us. I think we're going to get back to our form. I think Jack Byrne's going to have a good game, and so is Aaron McAneff. I think it will be a great performance from the team. I don't think Cork are going to do bad. I just think we're going to have the edge over them, and we do have in quality and in form. So I think there's no real excuses for losing this game if we do. And there is no excuses not to win either. We need to go in and win this game to stay with that gap with Bows, and let's hope Bows at least drop points against Waterford. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Please let me know your score prediction down in the comments, and I'll see y'all next time. Come on the Hoops!